Hello class, good morning. It's always great to meet you guys once again. This morning I come your way with a very interesting substrand, force and movement, basic 6. This is actually a new topic for us, and we want to look at what it has for us. Okay, so here we have force and movement. You have two big words, force and movement.
Especially changing place or position, an instance of moving the movement of the planets. 2. A program or series of acts working toward a desired end.
What is force? As one may ask. Force is defined as a push or a pull on an object. That is, when someone pushes an object or pulls an object, there is force at work. There is force involved. So force is basically a push or a pull. And anytime we measure force, that's using you can use a force meter. Anytime you measure force, the units of measurement that we always use to quantify force is Newton. As you can see, this they said the man pushed the table with 10 newtons force. So we always use the unit of force. We measure force with respect to this particular unit of measurement, this standard unit of measurement. Right now, we want to know the activities that involve the application of force. In which case do we push or pull an object, or in which case do we move an object? Alright, so we have several activities that we do them in our daily life. We have one pushing a table, one lifting a book, one lifting heavy metals, one writing. Before you write, you push or you pull the pen, you go up, you go down. They all involve force. We have one sweeping, one jogging, one running, anything at all. We have a lot of activities around us that we do which involve the application of force. We want to know the effects of force. After you have applied force, what is the effect? What is the consequence? What does force actually do? Should we apply it? One thing is that force can cause a stationary object, any object which is not moving, which is stationary, force can cause it to move. In another way, force can also cause a moving object to stop. Force can also change the state of an object. Force can deform an object. And force can enable an object, after being deformed, to come back to its original shape and size, which is the elastic force at work. In the case of stretching a catapult or a rubber band. Also, we also have energy. Energy simply means the ability of a body, of a system, of a machine to do work. Without energy, nothing can work. Nothing can do anything. So any system that is used to do a work, it needs energy. And energy comes in different forms. You have the kinetic energy, potential energy. We have the mechanical energy. We have heat energy. We have light energy. Before a bulb can give light, bulb in our house can give light, they need electrical energy, which will be converted into light energy before it can glow or give off light. In the same way, before an electric iron in our house can give off heat for ironing, it needs heat energy. Before the electric fan can fan and give you the ventilation you need or the conditioning of the atmosphere you need, it needs mechanical energy. So energy is the ability of any system or a body. It could be you. Before you can work, before you can even get up from your bed and go to the bathroom to bath or to the washroom, before you can move out of your house, before you can go to your workplace, you need energy. That's the chemical energy that we always derive from the food we eat. Alright, we want to know the unit of measurement for energy. When we measure energy, how do we quantify it, or what units do we use to identify it, so that when anyone sees 10 joules, they know that this is energy. That is, as I've already mentioned, is joules. That is, we use the symbol J to denote that. We have the source of energy. We have many sources of energy. We have sun as a source of solar energy. That is, we have the heat energy and light energy in there. We have fire as a source of heat energy. We have food as a source of chemical energy. In the case of living things, we need food, we need to eat and get that energy to do our daily activities. In the case of a battery-powered machine, that's a machine that operates by using power from battery. We need the chemical energy in the battery before that machine, that radio set, that torchlight can function, or that mobile phone can function as expected of it. So we have several sources of energy. We have firewood and the likes. Right now we have relationship between force of energy. These two things relate to each other in the sense that force depends directly or proportionally on energy. The more energy you have will determine the amount of force you can apply. If you have little energy, you can only apply little force. That is in the sense that if we have little energy, you can't move a heavy table. You should not forget that weight is itself a force that is being acted on by the force of gravity, by gravity. So when you have a heavy object which has high force, that force of the object, that is the weight of the object, needs to be overcome before you can move it, pull it, or move it to any, or push it to any other place you want. So before you can apply a great force, you need a great amount of energy in you. So energy and force correlate with each other. The higher the energy, the higher the force. The lower the energy, the lower the force. That is why one without energy, if you've not eaten in the day, and in the whole day, if you've not eaten, you can't do any much work. You can only do little work because you have little energy in you, and you've not gained enough energy to do such a great task. So we'll come here. We want to know the effects of force, as I've already mentioned. So here, force can change a stationary object to move. Force can make moving object to stop. Force can cause an object to be deformed and can cause a deformed object to regain its original shape and size. So basically, this is all about our lesson. This is all about our substrand. I've given you enough notes as references. You can read through them. I've given you enough examples of the activities of force, activities that involve the application of force, the effects of force. I've given you the various sources of energy and a lot. So kindly read through them, study them well, and answer the questions I've attached to it. And I know you certainly have some questions to ask. Do not hesitate to ask on the platform or via WhatsApp. You know my contact, because it's the same contact that I was using in the previous system, as the online system. Okay, I'm happy to meet you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.